Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this. This is your weekly WWE Monday Night Raw review for Kocosports.net right here on the Kocosports YouTube channel. I'm your host, LK here, going solo tonight due to Sami being at work, Boom Boom's being at work, Koco MIA for a week or two more, or a month maybe. We're going to go talk about that more in the future, but this is Monday Night Raw on Internet Infantry. You'll be the key part of this. So in the comments, put a win, put a loss, or put a tie, one of the above, and also put your thoughts, comments, and queries regarding tonight's Monday Night Raw, the Royal Rumble, the next two pay-per-views being Fastlane and Chamber, as well as the WrestleMania card coming up. I'm straight off the bat going to give the show a tie. There were aspects of this show I enjoyed. There were also many of the aspects of the show, as per usual, that I thought were shit, lazy, boring, dull, and uneventful. But you guys know that. You guys have watched Monday Night Raw. Obviously, you guys have watched it. So to start the show off, you have the Universal Champion, US Champ, Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho. They come out. Kevin Owens thanks Chris Jericho for being a good friend and talks about basically ribs at Foley for, saying he did be the one who did beat Reigns. Jericho brags about lasting 61 minutes in the Royal Rumble, calling him the 61-minute man. Strowman comes out, a loud thank you Strowman chant, obviously what happened at the Royal Rumble. Check out our Royal Rumble review. Thank you so much, guys, for the comments. 52 comments we got on that video. Thank you. And I replied to each and every one of you. And thank you for that. So thank you, Strowman, because of what happened at the Rumble, where Strowman put Roman Reigns through the table, costing him his Universal Championship. Strowman says he helped him because A, he hates Roman Reigns, and B, he wants the title shot that Kevin Owens promised him. And then there was a video package on the screen about what happened, where basically it was a backstage segment last week where it was a very forgetful segment. And I'm actually quite shocked nobody remembered that. So you can note down that we actually did something remarkable there. They remembered. Unbelievable. And he also wants the title shot as promised. Strowman then wants the title match right now. Foley comes out the skinhead. He announces Kevin Owens versus Braun Strowman for the title. Main event for tonight. Well, not the main event, of course. We don't have a title match at the main event. Well, everyone knew what was going to happen with Strowman, Reigns, and Kevin Owens. But as for Foley, there's the new Holy Foley series on the network. I actually, surprisingly, I actually watched the first 5 episodes. There's not much I watch on the network. I watch, obviously, the new content, new NXT, new 205 Live, etc. But I actually watched episode 6. I watched the first 5 episodes. I think I was ill on a Wednesday or a Thursday, and I just binge-watched them all. I actually really enjoyed it. Episode 6 was actually really good. Like, I actually recommend you guys to check out Holy Foley. It's worth the watch. So Foley comes out, he announces Kevin Owens versus Braun Strowman tonight. And Owens pleads, no, look what happened with me last night. I've been to hell and back. You know what that's like. But Foley, the babyface, doesn't give a shit. Funny enough. Jericho versus Zayn, unannounced. No reason why this match is taking place. Just, it's next. Just poor. This is a match you could have built for an hour. Could have Sami Zayn interrupt. And then Zayn looks scared at Strowman, like, okay. And then he continued building up Strowman. And you have Zayn in there promoting a match. That's the thing with WWE. They're a moment company, okay? Like the main event or the main segment of the night. That's what they're about. They're about that 16 world title win for Cena. That's what they're about. They're a moment company. They're not a wrestling company. They're not a sports entertainment company. They're a moment company. They are so bad at promoting. As good as WWE is at marketing, and, if you turn the WWE logo upside down, it's MM, that's McMahon, Marketing Enterprise. They are damn professional, amazing at marketing. But when it comes to promoting, these guys suck ass. Awful. Non-title again, because it's WWE. Zayn with the Blue Thunderbomb for 2. Will that ever get the win for a match? Can someone please have the Blue Thunderbomb as their finisher? It's like the Blue Thunderbomb is like a super kick. It's done all the time. It's gorgeous when done properly. And damn it to God, it never gets the win. Like Michael Cole marking out over the Blue Thunderbomb. He actually called it the Blue Thunderbomb, not a Michinoku Driver, the imbecile, the tool. And what pissed me off is, he hits it. Why do I get... No, it's like he hits it. Oh, he's going to kick out too. It's like Reigns' Superman punch. When has anyone ever kicked out, yet he still goes for the cover? It's believability. I talk about this all the fucking time. Believability. It's just not there. This is a really good back and forth match. This was the match of the night. I did really enjoy this. Good back and forth. Jericho walls at Jericho. Zayn then hits the exploder into the buckle and the haluva kick to get the win. Clean win, obviously setting up Jericho versus Zayn at Fastlane. Generally really enjoyed that. 2 stars and 3/4. 2 3/4 stars. Not bad. Nearly a 3-star, but meh. I'm not that generous. With that in mind, there was no follow-up to this at all. There was no Sami Zayn backstage asking Mick Foley for a title match because Jericho's the US champ. There's no Jericho being pissed off about the loss. Nothing, nothing, and nothing. There's no follow-up. They do something right and then they do something wrong. They can never do things properly. They have so many creative writers. Why can't one of these fucking toilets come up with something entertaining that makes sense and is believable? Drives me up the wall. The backstage, Cesaro and Sheamus, they argue about, the Royal Rumble. You try to swing me. You try to eliminate me. Bayley hugs them both. Then Charlotte and the club, they cut a promo about calling them losers and failures and nerds. Hype for the 6-person tag. I'll accept that. Stephanie's in the office. Kevin Owens walks in. Owens cuts a very sad, emotional promo about, having to defend the title again. He was beaten up. He was battered. He was bruised. It was unfair. It's bullshit. What does Strowman do to earn the spot? Steph said she'll try to get the match cancelled. So the way how WWE promotes a Universal Championship match to make you want to stick around is by saying they're going to cancel it. Very counterproductive, or am I just losing my mind? Then we have Tony Nese versus Mustafa Ali. This is an interesting one. This is a 205 live match. And on paper, you tell me I'm going to get Tony Nese versus Mustafa Ali on paper. If that's in any ring apart from a WWE ring, I'm going to think that's going to be an easy 3-star match. Because Tony Nese is incredibly talented in the ring. And Mustafa Ali is incredibly talented. I've seen some of his work in AAW. Really talented guy. But this 205... And the thing is, I'm complaining about them wrestling the WWE style. But sometimes I just need to accept it. They're in WWE. They've sold out for the big bucks, okay? They're going to wrestle the WWE style because it's on WWE programming. And I need to accept that. It's a WWE-produced program. They're going to wrestle the WWE style. The slower, psychology-based match with a story. What story was this? Anyway, 205 Live, and I've made a new schedule. But this is, I don't mean to shill here. And by no means, I'm not begging anything, but I have a Patreon. With a monthly subscription, which is $1, $5, $20, $35, and you can check them out in the description box below. Basically, the new schedule is I review 205 Live on there, Ring of Honor TV. They're the only current reviews I do, okay? Every other review is here on this channel, as well as a few indie shows on there live, but I'll cover New Japan, WWE, TNA, all of them on here. Ring of Honor pay-per-views on here. And I also do a daily news show called LK Live on there, and I also do a Patreon request show. So if you pledge $5 or more, you can request a show for me to review. And I know a new pledger called Show, I don't want to reveal his full name, that's not really fair, SHO, he pledged, and thank you for pledging, and he wants me to review Dream Slam 1 from All Japan Women's 6.5-hour event. Gonna have to start watching that and reviewing that for you, buddy, mid-February. Anyway, Nese got the one with the running knee in the corner. A dangerous-looking offense when basically Ali went for his imploding 450 off the top, and then Nese just kind of went boom and just kind of clipped him, and he fell. Really dodgy landing. He looked okay. I hope he's okay. But that was that. All right, nothing bad. And I've taken like a 3-week hiatus from 205 Live. I want to review it, but I don't. So in my mind, I'm thinking, look, if you do the Patreon, you're getting paid to review it. That's a different story. I'll get paid to review 205 Live. That's a different ballgame. But 205 Live, I find just depressing. I find it more depressing than Monday Night Raw. At least Monday Night Raw is like, okay, cool. Get to come on here, instant inventory, live after it airs. 205 Live, I come on here and no one's there. It's depressing. Nese basically then has a promo with Austin Aries on the ramp. He interviews him. I put Austin Aries interviews Neville. Nese tells him, critics, basically you can fuck off. $1.25, $1.5. Nese, the thing is with WWE, they know the weakness of Nese. The weakness in Nese, as I brain fart there, the weakness in Nese is his promo. So what do? You make him go out there and cut a promo. If that was me, I would say Austin Aries, talk. Nese goes, no. Austin Aries goes, talk. Nese slaps the microphone out of his hand, pushes Aries, walks off. That guy's a badass. I don't want to hear that guy talk. He's a motherfucking badass. He can provide it in the ring. Is that too much to ask? Mustafa Ali, he was the flavor of the month in January, and then now they're dead, producing him to nothing, jobbing to Tony Nese. Anyway, we'll move on, because we could go on about cruiserweights all night. Seth Rollins, he comes out. Stephanie follows. Stephanie says Triple H isn't here tonight and is afraid that he will destroy Rollins. Stephanie says Rollins should beg for forgiveness. Rollins apologizes for Triple H because he's going to tarnish his legacy as he'll be known as a coward. Stephanie says, I like this. This was a good line. I even put it in quotes here. The architect of your own demise. I thought that was a very good line. Rollins talks about getting his hands on Triple H, even bringing up Stephanie's kids, going to his door, knocking on that. I really like that. Stephanie then says, Triple H is coming tonight and he's coming for you. That was another good line. So Stephanie was bearable. She actually was a decent promo here. She's gone for a phase where she's been nothing but a toilet and imbecile and just burying. She didn't bury Rollins because actually Rollins had the platform to answer back. That's what helped. You know, normally Stephanie comes out and just goes boom, 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 boom. Rollins this time went boom, 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 boom. It was smart. I really liked it. Good stuff. Hype for the show, making you not want to turn off, which is what it's all about. And then Cesaro, Sheamus, and Bayley versus Club and Charlotte. This is vintage WWE at its peak. Okay, there was a tag match at the pay-per-view. There's a single match at the pay-per-view. We could come up with some creative for these guys. No. 2, 1, 3, 3. That's WWE logic. They've done it for years. They've done it for decades. They've done it probably for centuries to come. It's their poor logic, which is why no one gives a fuck. Whilst I was watching this show, I was also watching Evolve 76 because I have no time for this. No time. No, I don't give a fuck. Even though there's Cesaro, who I really like, Sheamus, who I really like, Bayley, who I really like, Charlotte, who I really like, the Club, who I really like, I just don't care about it. I'm meant to be excited for this match because the Club and Charlotte called Bayley a nerd. Dude, come on. I'm a grown-ass man. I don't give a fuck. I'd rather watch Keith Lee and Chris Hero smash the shit out of each other. Unbelievable. There's no babyface has a title on Raw. So the Raw is really depressing, you know. Even if you're a kayfabe, like, oh fuck these review shows, I like watching it and enjoying it. There's no one you like as the champ. You get nothing. They give you nothing. And I can confirm that 2 people were at least paying attention. That being Gallows Bird, Amber O'Neil, and Carl Anderson's hot Asian wife. They were the only people who were paying attention to that. Bayley hit a suplex to get the win. I'm not going to give it a rating because it doesn't deserve one. Really uneventful. Then we go to the GM office. Stephanie's pissed off at Mick Foley for making Kevin Owens versus Strowman and gives him his word. Her word, sorry, apologies, that Triple H is here tonight. Foley then says Kevin Owens versus Braun Strowman, though, is still happening because it's best for business. Neville then comes out. You know, he's the new King of the North. Rich Swann interrupts. He puts him over. This was strange. He puts him over and offers a handshake. I was like, why are you offering a hand? I was like, okay, so he offers a handshake. Okay, he's the good guy. I'll accept this. He offers and then Neville goes, I want you to bow for the King of the North. King of the North. King of the North. King of the North. You fucking imbecile. Imagine Rich Swann doing that. Imagine Rich fucking Swann bowing. That wouldn't surprise me on this episode of Monday Night. I'm sorry I had to do that. That was my little Game of Thrones mark-out moment there. Neville then goes to attack Swann, but Swann attacks him first, including a dive to the floor until Neville runs away. So you spend 2 months building Neville up as this really badass monster heel kind of for the division, released on 205 Live, and then you have him walk away like an absolute ponce. Inconsistency, not believable, shit. Let me go to Universal title. There we go. Backstage, Sasha Banks' legs getting taped up. Bayley tells her to wait for your knee to completely recover. Banks says, unlike some people, I don't like coming up short. Tension among the ranks of Banks and Bayley. Wonder if that leads to a Mania match. Universal Championship time. We have Kevin Owens, the champion, defending against Braun Strowman. I really like how Kevin Owens sold the injury from the night before, because then it makes the night before that Rumble match seem more chaotic. And if you're watching that and you're not a network subscriber, you're like, holy shit, that guy's got bandaged. And I saw mini clips. That guy's really hurt. I wonder how he got that hurt. I might have to watch that. Roman Reigns, on the other hand, comes out just like, yeah, I'm the big dog. Dun, 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 dun. Like, dude, come on, sell. It's not fucking difficult, is it? Also, I loved how he looked scared. He had really good mannerisms and facials. Anyway, Strowman then attacks Jericho, who's on commentary, puts him through the announce table. Heel versus heel. Kevin Owens acts as the face because he's the smaller of the two. Don't ever think I'd ever say that. I don't like heel versus. You guys know I'm a traditional guy. I like my baby face. I like my heel. I don't like face versus face, minus exceptions. And I don't like heel versus heel, especially because who am I meant to cheer for? And the crowd were kind of awkward. They're like, what am I meant to cheer for? Both guys are cunts. Stop saying that word. This show is making me, this WWE product is making me say the word cunt a lot. And I hate using the word cunt because I was brought up not to say that. Like, that word is vile. I shouldn't use it. And I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, Strowman hits a power slam and fucking Michael Cole goes, the British Bulldog would have been proud of that. Just shut up. Reigns just comes out. Superman punches fucking Strowman. DQ. Everyone knew what was happening. You know, the shit just boos, and boos. So you know what WWE's going to do? They're going to hear those boos and think, oh, I can hear them. They're going to hate this. Fuck it, let's do it. Just come on. Reigns spears on the steps and then spears Kevin Owens. For no reason. No reason out of Kevin Owens did nothing to Reigns. He left him alone after the match. Reigns came across as a douche. He looked like he was the heel. Owens was the face, Reigns was the heel. And they want Reigns versus Strowman, Reigns the face, and it's so inconsistent and so bad when you actually break it down from the writing perspective. Really poor. What did Owens do? And Owens, your champion, looks like a joke. He can't beat on Raw. He can't beat Reigns. He can't beat Strowman. Why has he got the belt? He's got the belt just because he has it. He holds it. He's not a champion. Like, storyline-wise, kayfabe-wise, he is not the champion. It's really bad. And the match wasn't bad at all. It's just, I don't care. Unbelievable. Lima arrives. You think it's going to be Triple H, but Brock comes out. That was good. Another unadvertised Brock Lesnar appearance is good because then people will regularly watch Raw because they think Brock will come out even if he's not advertised. I like that. I guess he's got to earn his money now after he's getting a fine $2.5 million by UFC guy Mark Hunt for being a drug addict. No, I'm joking, for being on the juice, like my boy Jinder. Brock comes out with Paul Heyman. Heyman says everyone has the opponent who has their number. Everyone has their yeah, but. And he is I'm going to say it right now, controversial or not, Heyman is the best promo of all time. I cling on to every single syllable that comes out of that man's mouth. The best promo, period. I will not argue it. There's no discussion. He is the best promo of all time. Incredible. He challenges Goldberg for one last match at WrestleMania. I don't want to see it, but when he was saying it, his delivery, his execution was gold, was magical. Brilliant. His yeah, but enlisted everyone, including Kurt Angle. Brilliant. Unbelievable. What was funny is I was flicking back between taking my notes for Evolve and accidentally wrote Sasha Banks versus Nia Jax on the Evolve list here. That's what the turning of the paper was my notes. In case you're actually just listening to it, like some people I know have their phone, they just put it on and listen while they're playing games, etc. So that turning was the paper. So Sasha Banks, Nia Jax. Sasha Banks actually selling the leg this time, unlike the Royal Rumble. Jax with a full Nelson swing into the buckle on the outside, and then basically a camel clutch with a knee bend, and it was a really good submission, and it looked really gruesome, but still obviously safe because your knee can bend that way. The bell rings for some reason. It's a mess. The bell rings. The referee has no fucking idea what's going on. The referee looked like the biggest cock in the world. He had no idea what was going on. He was like, "Do you ring the bell? Did you run the bell? Like, what's going on over there? Seriously, you little bitch, why are you ringing the bell?" And it looked garbage. It came across really bad. And Jax beats on Banks some more, does that submission some more until Bayley makes the save. So we actually have a babyface who's a good friend. Remember that. Asterisk it. I'm gonna scribble it next to it right there. That's good. WWE should do that more. Baby faces, how about this, should help their friends in character, in story. Otherwise, they're bad friends, and I don't want to see them tagging. Unbelievable. How difficult it is. They can do it. They can put on good television when they want to. That was smart. And, you can now go on to Bayley, Nia Jax, or you can do Bayley and Sasha handicap match against Nia Jax, while Charlotte can do something else at the pay-per-view. Because I'm going to be honest, I'm sick to death of seeing Sasha Banks, Charlotte, and Bayley always be there. What's Emelina doing right now? No? Unless they do a four-way at Fastlane, anyway. Then we have juiced up Jinder and Rusev versus Enzo and Cass in a tornado match. You guys know my opinion on all four. I want this ended very quickly and abruptly. And this was difficult, but it allowed me to finish Chris Hero versus Keith Lee, which I recommend. It was a very good match. Enzo got the win with a splash off the top. Graves with the line of the night. I'm glad that one's over. That's how everyone must have felt after. Like, I gave this a tie, and believe me, it was a weak tie, like a really weak tie, because I did enjoy the main segment. I enjoyed the Rollins and Stephanie interaction. I enjoyed the Chris Jericho, Sami Zayn minus the build-up. But like, what was the point? And they went through like a commercial break. That shouldn't have gone for a commercial break. And like Michael Cole, Jinder Mahal, one of the most improved superstars on Monday Night Raw. You're a tool. You're saying that because he's muscly now. Like Vince is there, like wanking as he says it to him. Like, unbelievable. And it just drives me mad. Star and a half, not a star and a half, half a star because I'm feeling generous. Fuck me. Then the limo arrives again, and Triple H, he comes out. Triple H comes out. He does his vintage waffle fest. It's not a Triple H promo if he doesn't waffle on and on and on. And I'm pretty sure this fucking review show would have been quicker than his dialogue. Unbelievable. He talks about Seth Rollins being the man. He must have said Seth freaking Rollins about 18,000 times. Is he getting a fucking percentage of his merch cut? Jesus wept. You know, saying about how he's the man with H and now he's nothing. And I was thinking about this. You know, Rollins has been begging for Triple H to come out for months and for months and for months. And you know what Rollins did? He sat back there and waited to be called out. It's just, come on, it's just inconsistent bullshit. Bullshit. Unbelievable. Rollins just, I could picture him gorilla just like, oh, that's the man I want to be. I wish I could go out there. You know, if it was a good story, I'd go out there. No, I'll just wait for him to talk a bit longer. I'll wait for him to talk a bit longer, Vince. Okay, Vince, I'll do it. It's a bit silly, but I'll do it. Anything for you, Vince. Can I go out now? He called me out. No, wait. Make it look like you had a long walk. But come on. It's silly. It doesn't make sense. Poor. They don't know what they're doing. This is simple. Loophole in every segment I have touched tonight on this review show. Everything. And it wasn't the wrestlers. It wasn't the wrestlers at all. Everything I've complained about has been the writing. Every segment so far tonight, there's been a loophole. And when I can see it, you probably see it. Like, the audience can see through your story. There's inconsistency. It's not believable. It's not a good weekly television show. And I'm not judging this as a wrestling show, because this is a weekly episodic program, which W likes to tell you about 16 times during an episode. And it's bad. It's not a good wrestling show. It's not a good TV show. What is it good at? What is it good at? It's not a good TV show, not a good wrestling show. What is it good at? Could someone please tell me what it's good at, apart from being a marketing machine, McMahon's marketing enterprise? Anyway, Triple H is now done waffling on. He says he's now done trying to hold back as he's the creator. And now he's going to be the destroyer. And he calls out Seth Rollins. Rollins comes out, and then Samoa Joe from out of nowhere attacks him. Triple H walks away as Joe just pummels, beats the shit out of Rollins. Joe the Kakita clutch as Rollins passes out. Isn't Roman Reigns a good friend? Here's another loophole. So earlier on, take your memory back, and I apologize making you take it back. Sasha Banks and Bayley. Sasha Banks was getting hurt. Bayley is her friend. So do you know what Bayley did? Bayley came out and helped her because that's good storytelling. You know what Roman Reigns did? He had a cup of coffee. Maybe even a wank. Maybe even a shit. Maybe even a piss. Go ask Dave Meltzer what he did. He didn't come out. And it's poor writing. It's really poor writing. Inconsistency. Really bad inconsistency with the writing. It's quite funny. It's actually really funny. Unbelievable. We're going to get to some live comments now. Unbelievable. We got it. Here we go. It's embarrassing. I feel bad. If I'm on the creative team, I'm going to feel bad that I write this stuff, if I was. And I never will be, because I talk too much shit about them. Thank you, everyone, for the live comments. Thank you again. Gary North. Let's get that out of my feed. There we go. So Gary North, King of the North, says, at least Joe is here. Yeah, no, the thing is, I'm going to talk about this a little bit more now, so I can turn that off. Don't look at that. Distract me. The thing with Joe is, does this mean we're going to get Joe versus Rollins at the just brainstorm it. So we could have Joe versus Rollins at Fastlane. But that means Rollins has to beat Joe to then get to Triple H. That means Joe's taken the loss. And I was thinking, you know, Joe could maybe face Brock, or he could face Goldberg. But Goldberg and Brock, they can have their match at Mania now. So does this mean we're going to get Rollins versus Joe at Fastlane? But that means Rollins has to beat Joe, because you can't have Joe beat Rollins and then Rollins still have H. But then what does Joe do at Mania? Does Joe go, does Joe defeat Seth Rollins? Maybe by a dusty finish, maybe Triple H helps him. And then you get Samoa Joe as the heel going up against the big dog, Roman Reigns. Hashtag Vince loves the big dog. Like, what are you going to do? Like generally, I don't know what they're going to do with this. And it scares me because I don't trust them writing a weekly show, let alone the biggest show of the year. But I was thinking Brock. My immediate reaction is, Brock can take on Rollins. He could beat Rollins and go on to Brock. But that means Rollins will look weak heading into Triple H. They have to be very careful how they play this. Is Triple H legit not going to wrestle again and stay in a suit? Are we going to get Joe versus Rollins at Mania? But then what was the point of this build-up for Rollins and H? There's got to be a payoff. There's got to be a receipt. Rollins has to beat H. Maybe Rollins and H could be at Mania, but then what will Joe do? I have no idea. Unless they do this. Rollins versus Joe at WrestleMania. If Rollins can beat Joe, Joe can get his hands on... Rollins can get 10 minutes in the ring with Triple H. They could do that. And then have Joe beat Rollins, and then, that story of Rollins then still wanting Triple H, and he could do it at SummerSlam. I have no idea how they're going to do it, and I'm actually quite interested in seeing how they're going to do it. But at the same time, scared because they don't know what they're doing. Ronnie S gives it a strong win. Kevin Oak-Snell says, not a tie, not a loss, it's a toss. I can't agree with you more there. Aaron Moore says, a tie. I agree. Tyler Dillon says, hi, good evening. Billy Falco says, tie. Heyman promo, Samoa Joe saved it for me. I'm exactly the same, but there were so many damn loopholes in that story. Tyler Dillon, I'll give it a tie. It sounds like a lot of people are going for the tie, and I don't blame you guys. Daniel Gomez says, Samoa Joe debuted on Raw. How cool was that? It was cool. And it was a moment. Like I said, WWE's not a wrestling company, not a sports entertainment company. It's a moment company. Tyler Dillon, I wonder who he'll face at Mania. Yeah, it's difficult. We just brainstormed there for a while, and it's difficult because, my brain is saying Rollins, but, maybe it could be a babyface who maybe Reigns could come out. No, because they won't do that. They won't make, a good babyface come out unless there's a woman. Zayn for the US title. I would like that. I think Jericho and Zayn was a good match. Give that time and a title and a story. That's important. A story, a reason behind it. I think it could be a decent match. Tyler Dillon, I want Corbin versus Strowman into promotion match. Strowman's going to be fed to the big dog. Strowman, you're a good kid. But damn it, that's my big dog. Fucking hell. Ben Normand says, I give Raw a tie because expectations were low. We knew exactly what was going to happen in the title match, but writers completely messed up Rollins versus Triple H. Agreed. Kevin X Snell says, Taka Michinoku gets no respect, damn it. Oh, no, I wasn't disrespecting it. I was just saying how Michael Cole calls the Blue Thunderbomb the Michinoku driver. Tyler Dillon says, I hope Sami Zayn wins. Me too. Jeremy Hunt says, Reigns versus Strowman in a last man standing match at Fastlane. Reigns gets the win. Taker shows up after for a stare down. Taker versus Reigns at Mania. Strowman goes to the Andre the Giant and wins that. That's a great chat. That's what Braun Strowman's going to do this year. I agree with you. That's a great shout, Jeremy Hunt. Braun Strowman for the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Apologies there, sort of that. And I reckon, that's a good way of protecting Strowman. If it is an absolute last man standing match, like you said, I can really see that, protecting Strowman. Predictability is sometimes good, and that is a good way of doing it. Sami says, so little did I know that all I had to do was switch a few things, and my Samoa Joe theory was right. It was insane, isn't it? Sami's been a big advocate for Samoa Joe versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. It's a possibility, but we still might get Goldberg versus Brock, unless they do that at Fastlane. Tyler Dillon, they should have 205 Live taped at Full Sail. You know what? I can't believe I'm going to say this. I wish they taped it with the Full Sail fuckers. Have better matches and have a takeover-like event once every 2 months. That would be gold, wouldn't it? That would be gold. Same with the UK show. Agreed. Ben Normand. Why a babyface threatens his opponent's kids? I have no sympathy for Seth, and when Triple H was talking, I felt they should settle their issues backstage. Yeah, it's insane, isn't it? Or move 205 Live to the UK. Dude, no one's going to give a fuck about that wherever you move. You can move it to fucking Hong Kong, Belgium, Gandhi's penis. Still no one would watch it. UK has the UK show. Actually, take that back. What I would say about the takeover event, just have it taped at Full Sail. That's fair. Kevin Eric Snell said, Rowdy, Roddy Piper, Sweet Stan Lane, and Bearable Stephanie McMahon. Ben Norman says, I think the cruiserweights need some sort of authority figure like a Dana White to legitimize their category because it's extremely boring to watch. Yeah, they need a ranking system, for crying out damn loud. A ranking system. That way they could produce it as number 8 versus number 2. If number 2 wins, he will advance to the number 1 contender match. If number 8 wins, he'll move up the rankings and move number 2 down. And it will be good. And it'll feel like a sport. The issue is they don't like that. Tyler Dillon, Rich Swan wants Tommy to fuck off. Kevin X Snell said, wait, did you delete the wrong thing? The spam is still here and poor Tyler did nothing wrong. Dude, I didn't delete nothing of anyone. I promise I haven't touched the anything. He says, they went in. The spam's got on my screen, so I deleted a no thanks comment. Roman Reigns will get his own Superman flavor of Hawaiian punch. Edward Maha says, Joe versus Lesnar, please. Oh, that would be amazing, wouldn't it? Heyman talks like no one else. Yeah, he's the best. I've officially figured it out. It's taken me long enough, and I don't like coming out here and making bold statements because then, post-show the comments like, oh, you're wrong. But I'm going to say it. I don't care if they say I'm wrong. Paul Heyman is the best promo of all time. I spat halfway across the fucking thing there. Let me clean that up quickly. Ugh. Nice. Hygienic. Anyway, every word he was saying, I was like, okay. Oh, okay, Heyman. Okay, Paul. Okay, Paul. Like, I was generally really interested in what he was saying. I really was. And now we're going to go back to live comments. What we got here? Heyman talk. Kevin Eric Snell says, poor Joe. He deserved a roof coming off the place reaction. The crowds are just apathetic these days. They are pathetic. The thing is with the crowds, they're not pathetic. They're idiots. They're idiots because they're just idiots. They're not idiots, but they are. They're not. The thing is, you would think at the events would be the hardcores and the casual would watch on TV. It's the other way around. It really is the other way around. Like, I'm going to the Raw and SmackDown tapings in the UK. I'm only going because it's a tradition that me and my friend have done for half a decade now. And also, I'm taking my girlfriend there, and we're going to go to London. We're going to have a hotel, and then we're going to have a nice time. Going to the WWE shows are like a bit on the side. But the hotel, everything else is what I'm going there for. I couldn't give a fuck about Raw. I'm excited for SmackDown, and I want to watch 205 live. I've never watched Cedric Alexander live. I'm English, and I don't think he's come over here before. Kevin Oak Snell says, the only WWE has fans left are people who resigned to a future of Cena and Reigns forever. At least some of the crowd was hyped. Yeah, it's not their fault. I'm not going to hate on the crowd. I apologize. It's not their fault. Some, bless them. Ben Norman said, clearly Paul Heyman doesn't let the writers write his promos, and he knows when and how to go off script and play the crowd because of it. He's the man. He is the man. Heyman versus Punk versus Owens versus Ambrose in a promo battle would be fucking awesome. Get Ambrose out of there, buddy. And I think I agree. Where the hell is Emma sick of the same women's match every week? As long as Ambrose has had coffee first and cocaine. Kevin Rick Stone says he's got to stop doing promos 10 minutes after he wakes up. Raw was great. Samoa fucking Joe. That's from Andy Paps, baby. Hell, the audience needed more Andy Paps in it. Texas can't afford me. Joe versus Rollins at Fastlane, please. I think that's what we're going to go with. I think they're going to go with Joe versus Rollins at Fastlane. Maybe they could do Brock versus Goldberg at Fastlane, then do Brock versus Joe. But I think Goldberg's going to... No, because I think Goldberg's going to win the belt at Fastlane. I've got that gut feeling that they're going to do Goldberg versus Brock, but that match doesn't need the belt. They could just do that last time. That could sell it as it is. I don't know what they're going to do, and it's really strange because normally post-Rumble we're like, okay, that match is taking place, and that match is taking place, and that match is taking place, but I have no fucking clue. You're so right about the loopholes. This is exactly where SmackDown wins overall, with basic stories that make sense. Embarrassing indeed. It is. It's simplistic stories that they just get wrong. Fran Yeli says the Wyatt family storyline seems promising. Agreed. I'm actually excited for SmackDown tomorrow because they're only 2 weeks away from the Chamber, and I think that we're actually going to get. I swear to God, if we don't get qualifying matches for this Chamber, I'm going to come up here and fucking explode. I'm sick to death of this. Oh, I'm in the Chamber. I tweeted it. No. AJ and Cena in there because Cena with the championship, AJ with his rematch. There should not be a single fucking entrant in that unless they fucking earned it. That pisses me the fuck off. And I got blasted in the comments last time, and I don't give a for doing that. I don't give a shit. It pisses. That means Mojo Rawley can be in the Chamber. Mojo Rawley, I get to be in the Chamber. Like, come on. Kevin X Snell says, I'm sick of internal distinction in the Wyatts. Makes them weak. Every Rumble, they're bickering with each other. Bad cult, bad cult, bad cult. Too much individualism. Edward Mahan says, 205 Live sucks. Tyler Dillon, Sami Zayn versus Chris Jericho for the US title at Fastlane. Zayn wins. Next night, Joe attacks Zayn, setting up Joe versus Zayn. Tyler Dillon, are you inside or something? Because that is a great shout. That's a really good shout. Yeah, I agreed there. Wanting Goldberg versus Brock with no belt. He also wants Owens versus Jericho versus Bader for the Universal title. That's fair. Andy Paps is calling it now. Owens versus Zayn at Mania in a ladder match. I'll give Kocosports Pro Wrestling the Andy Paps discount. That's brilliant. I don't know how AJ versus Shane will work. It'll be interesting to see how they build it, I guess. I mean, everyone was quite... Well, not everyone. But some people were upset about, the AJ and Shane match. Now, I just said, look, dude, Kurt Angle, Shane, 2001 King of the Ring, that was amazing. Angle is equivalent to AJ Styles. They can have an amazing match. I think it'll be absolutely amazing. Raw was shit, but Samoa Joe saved the show. That's from Mr. Jericho. Tyler Dillon then says, I hope Ambrose gets his own singles match. He deserves better than a ladder match. Yeah, he's always in that damn ladder match for the IC strap, isn't he, poor guy? Edward Mahan says, if Mojo's in the chamber, I quit. Dude, if I've jinxed it now, I apologize. I severely apologize to everyone. Me and my Nick are going A and N Inc. He said he's just talking about him trolling his Facebook friend. So that's it for live comments tonight, guys. I appreciate every one of you watching us live. There is lots of options to watch a Monday Night Raw review, and I appreciate you guys checking this one out. It's been an entertaining show. We've done the King of the North praise. I've used a walking stick. I've spat for some reason by accident halfway across the fucking desk over there. Unbelievable Raw, as in silly loopholes in the story as per fucking usual. And again, as always, you guys can check out Kocosports.net, your home for combat sports, MMA, boxing, pro wrestling. The news is always updated. I always update the news. Really enjoying stuff at Kocosports.net, so head on over there. Also, there's a Patreon if you want exclusive content that doesn't get broadcasted on the YouTube channel. Links in the description box. Literally just $1 per month, which is 25 cents a week. You can get access to those shows. You won't get any other perks, but you just get access to the shows, which includes a 205 live review, Ring of Honor weekly TV review, a daily LK show, as well as a retro show chosen by the $5 plus pledgers. So lots to look forward to. Also, indie shows like the Evolve Weekend I'm going to cover this week on the Patreon. But more importantly, stick around on this YouTube channel because I'm so proud of this channel. We're growing. It's not growing very quickly, but we had a goal of 7,000 subs by the Rumble. We're now at 7,048 or 47. I'm however much we're on now. So thank you all. New subscribers, thank you. There's lots more new interaction in the comments. Thank you very much for the interaction. It's what keeps this channel going. Every single comment post live I reply to. So if you're watching this post live and you want to give your thoughts, I will read them and comment. Because we had 52 comments in the Rumble review and I replied to every single one of them. Don't believe me? Check out the review. And someone said, I don't know if you read this, but I read every single one. I reply to every single one. Because if you take the time to watch me talk about pro wrestling and my opinion, I'll take the time to read your opinion on pro wrestling. So thank you for being here. Like, comment, subscribe on this channel. We'll be back tomorrow with a SmackDown live review. I'm LK from my proud and beloved Kocosports.net. Until next time, stay safe, stay golden, and I'll be catching your asses down the line.